You're right, I've got this whole big video thing planned out for the intro, but busy, baby drama. Watch the video. Thank you. Bye.
Sorry about that. I do apologise. Everything's been a bit hectic the last few weeks. That's why this video's come out so slow. So let's jump right in. We had to get these Cow and Gate milk boxes of necessity because the babies were a bit early. So I thought I might make some terrain out of one, or at least use it as a base for some terrain. So this piece of terrain, I worked out pretty quick on that the cardboard itself wasn't going to be good enough because I wanted it to be baseless. Because I've seen a few other YouTubers doing it and I thought, you know what, I want to try and make some baseless terrain. I do regret that now, but hey ho, such is life. Anyway, because the cardboard has like a weird bend at the bottom, it wasn't going to work for it being baseless, so I decided to encase it in a box of foam core, which I now realise I should have just done in the first place. Just made a box from foam core. Once it was all covered in the foam core, I wanted to put in a walkway, so I stabbed in a bunch of candy floss sticks. I'd also cut holes in the walkway, in the foam core for windows, but regretted that and decided to cover the whole thing in EVA foam to give it more of a metallic panel look. On the corners where I didn't do my measuring properly, so I had pieces exposed, I decided to use hot glue to stick the foam core down, just to stop the foam from melting. And on the big flat panels, I just used super glue. Oh, I got myself a new toy as well. Not specifically for this build, just in general. Because I've been trying to work out the best way of making corrugated steel. Make something look like corrugated steel anyway. I've been trying those wood fasteners, which has been really good for small stuff, but I want something large scale. So I got this. It's a paint tube squeezer. I don't know why anyone would want that. It's a paint tube squeezer. Works really good for this. Card actually works better than plastic card, but I didn't have a lot of it lying around. I'm going to have to treat myself to some card. I haven't tried it on metal yet, so I'm probably going to cut up some cans and have a good go, see how that works out. See if the edges look better than plastic card. If you use plastic card that's too thin, it just snaps, goes brittle. So a thicker plastic card works, but then you don't get as much detail. So I'm thinking maybe cans might work better, but yeah, only cost me a couple quid. Well worth it for the use I'm going to get out of it anyway. Fire warning, I used a blowtorch to make some pipes all bendy so I could attach them in a way that looks like drains or something. I wanted it to look like I had a water fountain, a water butt, is it a butt? A tank? A water tank on top of the building. Now I realise I probably should have had one of the pipes be really low, not one super high, not a bunch of them super high around the middle. Anyway, yeah. So I wanted a water tower on the top of this hotel. Oh yeah, it's a hotel. I forgot to mention that. I made some doors. Lots of little doors. This hotel has lots of doors because it has lots of rooms. So yeah, I made doors using keyring things. I forgot to film myself putting the doors on, but yeah, I made doors. After the doors were done, I put on a sign. The sign was made from 2 pieces of plastic card and some candy floss sticks. It's got to be a hotel with that sign, so I made a sign using some MDF letters like I did the previous terrain build. I found some big ones. Big ones, if you're in the UK, I got the big ones from Wood the Works and the small ones from the range. Just so you know, if you're going out looking for letters like this, that's where I found them. It's actually pretty amazing stuff you come across when you're getting dragged shop to shop by your partner, which is out looking for the bargains. She has developed a new catchphrase though, which is, "What have you bought now?" Honesty though, if I didn't have someone to support me in my efforts of making weird stuff to put on the internet, I don't think I'll be able to do it, so thank you very much, love. I know she watches now, she tells me. Yeah, I started ribbing it, and then I realised that I hadn't filmed myself putting on the walkway, so I did that again. These weren't fun to put on. I did use spacers that I bought a large pack from Amazon of. Even after sanding, they're a bit of a nightmare to glue down. I might try applying heat to them. And then I glued on a bunch of like googly eyes and halves of pegs and things like that, just to add some more detail to the sides of it. This brought me around about the point where it was ready for paint. I made like 4 or 5 mistakes with the paint on this one. So the first one was that I decided to paint it blue when I probably shouldn't have. But it was like the only thing I had to hand at the time. I think I should have gone for a lighter colour. But yeah, first was blue. The second mistake I made was I left it to dry out in the rain by accident. Third mistake wasn't really my fault. My airbrush died. So then I had to paint. I decided I was going to give it like a highlighted grey, just to hide some of that blue in the cracks and stuff like that. And yeah, the airbrush died, so I just slap it on with a brush. I didn't do the best job, so yeah, I'll count that as one. That's my third mistake. My airbrush died and I did a terrible job of base coating it. So at this point of the build, I was getting pretty aggravated with this. Especially the painting, because everything just felt like it was going wrong. So I thought I'd take some aggression out, get my sponge out and some shiny silver paint, and I just smashed it all over the model, just as much as I could get on there. Might as well tell a bit of story while I'm painting. Yeah, so I've been building this town, haven't I, Outpost 414, and I decided, because it's like where adventurers go before they go on their adventures, that it need a place for adventurers to stay. So a hotel. It's nothing really fancy, it's just like a generic hotel. They all look like this, apparently. I don't know, I haven't decided if I'm going to build more or not. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe this is just the cheapest hotel in town, where the poor adventurers stay. And then there's a more extravagant one next door. It's 3 times the size and 3 times as tall, with pillars and maids and all sorts of stuff. And this one's just rooms. To be fair, I hadn't really planned on telling the story for this one. It's just more of a palette cleanser build, you know, because I've been so busy the last few weeks, especially with the baby. I felt like I needed something just to push me into building, just because I just haven't had the time. But I still wanted to make something, try a few new things out. So, considering I was so upset and I was getting all this, I decided I was going to get myself some new cans of spray, and I saw that TT Combat were having a deal. I got 4 cans at £5 each. When they arrived, I was well chuffed because they come with a little olive green. I thought I might as well paint it in that, see what their paint was like. Considering I've made 100 mistakes on this model already, may as well make one more. To be fair, it wasn't that bad. The colour was nice as well. It looks a lot better on the model than it did on the bottle, even if it did have a safety cap on it, which, I mean, I understand. Didn't feel necessary for that amount of paint though. I decided I was going to paint the water tower nice purpley pink, and all the other attachments were going to be a yellow. So all the pipework and that was yellow. Thought it'd work well with the green, which it sort of did, although it didn't work very well with the rust that I applied. The rust, I took 3 different types of rust paint, mixed them together, used a sponge, and just attacked it with it. Pretty much the same as what I did with the silver, just more concentrating on the edge work and any big open spaces just to distract the eye a bit. When it came time to wash, I made a mistake with the wash, so this is the final mistake that I made with this build when it came to painting it. I smashed on the wash as per usual, but I forgot to dab it off. So it's come out a bit darker than I originally intended, but I'm actually quite happy the way it looks. Considering this was just going to be a nice quick and easy build, it took me twice as long as anything else I've built. Mostly because of the mistakes, and obviously the business of having a new baby. But yeah, I forgot to dab off the wash after putting it on, so quite a dark model.
Right. Yeah. Sorry I got a bit sparse at the end there. Normally I have like a story to sell you, which fills in the gaps when it comes to the painting section, because there wasn't really a lot to talk about. But I'm pretty happy with this build. I mean, can't really complain. It was a nightmare at stages. It's taken twice as long as I wanted it to, and it doesn't look perfect. I do wish I'd put it on a base. You know, they seem to just add a bit extra to what you've made. Prefer models with bases, but you live and you learn. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Thank you for everyone who's been watching my videos while I've been on my break as well. Forced break, I think. But new babies do that to you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the glam shots, where you can see this thing all lit up and pick out all the mistakes I've made. Ta-da.